Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of the Go Big Blue Country podcast. And tonight we're joined by recent UK football commit, Jordan Lovett. Jordan, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Jordan, it's been a big day for you. You committed to Kentucky. We're recording this Wednesday night. You committed Wednesday morning during KSR, and then you followed that with a commitment video. How has the last 6 to 7 to 8 hours been for you?
It's been hectic. I've gotten a lot of love. I gotten a lot of love.
Now, you're from the state of Kentucky. What does that mean for you to be going to Kentucky and get to wear Kentucky across your chest for 3 to 4 years after you finish high school?
It's kind of like finally, and it's staying close to family says a lot. Staying close to family says a lot. Staying close to my coaches, staying close to everybody just feels good.
Yeah, North Hardin High School. They're Lavelle Wright, a teammate of yours, committed to Kentucky just a couple of weeks ago. And then in-state wide receiver DeKel Crowdis committed, I think, 2 weeks ago as well. What were those two guys like after they committed? They start hitting you up about joining the family too?
Oh yeah, Double O, Octavius, he's been hitting me up. Lavelle's been hitting me up. DeKel's been hitting me up. It's a lot of people that's been hitting me up, and after I committed, it was like a relief. So.
Yeah, now North Hardin High School, they've produced a lot of really talented players to the Kentucky football program over the years. I'm sure you're familiar with all those names, Andre Woodson, all those. What does that mean to you to be the next great player from North Hardin?
It means a lot, because it's like it's a pipeline, really. That's what they call it. It's a pipeline, the North Hardin pipeline. So just to be added on to that sounds great. And really, it's all about one man, Coach Thompson, our head coach. He like Octavius, Lavelle, me. He's been putting us together. He's the one reason why we're in the position we are in now. So.
Now, in-state recruiting, that's been a main focus the last couple of years. Kentucky pretty much struck out 2 years ago on just about every single commitment in that class. But something's changed the last 2 years. You know, you've been recruited from Kentucky. You've heard pitches from other schools. What is it that's changed, do you think, the last 2 years about Kentucky football that now the best players in the state want to stay home?
I'll say that as a program, they are evolving, and I think every recruit and everybody's noticing that they're evolving. They're about to get to that top tier, and they are in the SEC, and I feel like they're about to get to the the top. They have a great chance of winning the SEC championship, and also Coach Vince Merrill, he does a great job of recruiting.
What is it like when you talk with Vince Merrill? What's a conversation like when he walks into your home or he hits you up on the phone? Because that's been the biggest change in in-state recruiting is when he took over 2 years ago.
Yep, he's a real down to the earth guy. One thing I love about him is he's funny. He's real funny, and he'll be real with you. He'll be 100% real with you, and that really what keyed it off for me. Like when somebody's real with me, that's like one of the most important parts of recruiting. When somebody's 100% real with you, because any coaches can like tell you anything, and when you know they're real, then that's a big part of it.
Now, talk about some of the other schools that were on your list. Who all did you hold offers from? And if you hadn't have picked Kentucky, who were one or two schools that were right there behind them?
I held offers from West Virginia, Boston College, Louisville, Tennessee, Purdue. Um, I can't even think of all of them, but I can't think of all of my offers right now. But the school I would have went to if it wasn't Kentucky would have probably been Missouri or West Virginia.
Okay, two good schools, two programs that right here in the ballpark of Kentucky. Missouri's an SEC East opponent, somebody on the schedule. But talking about Kentucky and the way I know things are crazy right now in the world. I know visits haven't been able to be made the last that this would have been a big time for recruiting and visits, especially with the spring period. But since that didn't happen, how much comfort did you take in knowing everything about the University of Kentucky football program, a program close to home? Did you feel some comfort in just making that selection, a program that you are familiar with?
Yeah, all the time, like ever since I want to say sophomore year, even when I wasn't being recruited, I was familiar with Kentucky because I always just go to the games. But like I said, out of all my schools, their environment like comforts me the most. And one thing I love about UK is their atmosphere. Like that really made me want to go there. Their atmosphere, they have one of the best atmospheres out of all the schools I've been to.
Now you had, I think, 15 interceptions last season. I know that number stands off the page to me. I was like, "Whoa, that's a lot. I got to check that one." And then your Twitter, I think your location on Twitter is the middle of the field.
Right.
What do you mean by the middle of the field? Are you talking about playing safety and just want quarterbacks to know, "Hey, I'm here"?
Yeah, that's my location. That's where I roam.
That's awesome. Uh, Speaking more on Kentucky and the relationships that you've had with Lavelle Wright, of course, that's going there. Do you, other than Oxidine, are there other guys that you know on the UK football team that has reached out to you in recent weeks or anything like that?
Um, I know a few of them. Not personally. I know a few of them. Like I know one of the LSU dudes, Boss Man Fat.
Yeah.
That's what they call him. I know him. I watched him at LSU, but I don't know him personally. But I know a few of them. But like I said, when I get there, hopefully I expand my relationship with all the players.
And now, when you made your commitment, I know you announced it today, but what was it like? Who did you call? Vince Merrill? Did you call Coach Stoops? What was their reactions when you talked to them and told them, "Hey, I'm coming to Kentucky"?
I actually called them. I want to say a week before I committed, and they were like, they were stoked. They were happy. They were all pumped up. I told Coach Clink. Coach Clink was pumped up. Coach Buff was pumped up, and Coach Merrill. So they were all happy that I had joined the family.
Now, you said you've been going to games and stuff and a program that you've watched and had your eye on before you even were being recruited by Kentucky. What what do you think about Kentucky football now and what this staff has built? And where do you see this 2020 team whenever the season's played? How good do you think this Kentucky team can be this year?
I see them as they are an evolving team. They came a long way. I tell you that. Coach Merrill, Coach Merrill and Coach Stoops really. Coach Stoops has done some crazy things with it and making it into a winning program. And like I said, soon they will be at the top, as in like beating the Georgias, the Alabamas, LSU's type stuff like that, national championship type stuff. But this 2020, they're gonna be good. I feel like they're gonna be better than last year.
Now, workouts and stuff right now, I know they're completely changed with everything being on lockdown, facilities being closed. What have you been doing to keep yourself in shape and to be ready for when you get that call that things can return to normal?
Well, thankfully, my mom, she kind of like knew this pandemic was gonna come, and so we all like bought like a whole lot of workout gear, for like the backyard, downstairs. We put it like my neighbor has a squat rack that I use all the time. I got some ladders downstairs, so I usually just keep myself busy at the house really.
Now, I know this class is just getting started. There's still a lot of scholarships out there, available that Mark Stoops and the staff will fill. But are there a couple of guys that you have your sights set on that you want to join you at Kentucky? And if so, who are they?
My guy Jagger Burton and Michael Lyons. He hasn't got offered from UK, but hopefully they'll look at him as another North Harden linebacker, 3-star. Another in-state kid, another great in-state kid, 6'4" linebacker. So I'm trying to recruit him.
What would be your message to those two?
Just join the family. We got something coming.
Absolutely. Well, Jordan, you've already got your UK gear on. I can see you're proud to be wearing that. Best of luck to you. And whenever football season resumes, I wish you best of luck in your senior season and hopefully some success down the road at Kentucky. Thanks for joining me.
Yep. Thank you.
He's Jordan Lovett. I'm Shawn Smith. Thanks for watching.